Shri Krishna rescues Draupadi. When Shakuni's dice captured Draupadi too as the gambling match's prize, Duryodhan said to Dushasan in a villainous voice, Dushasan, go and drag Draupadi here in whatever condition she is. Dushasan was only too glad to obey his command. He stormed into Draupadi's room and addressing the Pandava Empress in uncivilized language said, come with me, Panchali. Your husbands have become our slaves. We have won you too. Your master Duryodhan has summoned you to the hall. So come with me right now. Draupadi retorted sharply, stay away, Dushasan, and desist from this evil. I cannot appear before men folk like this. Dushasan smiled in an evil manner and said, maids do not have any shame or dignity. Don't waste time and come with me now. Dushasan grabbed the helpless Draupadi by her hair and dragged her to the hall. Draupadi cried out loudly for help. She cried out saying, I see elders and gurus of the dynasty present in this assembly. Do they feel nothing seeing such atrocity committed upon a lone and a helpless woman? Has the valor of the true Kshatriyas turned to dust? I ask all of you present in this Sabha, if Yudhishthir has beggared himself and lost, how could he possibly wage me? How can anyone therefore claim to have won me? Karna, who nursed hatred against Draupadi for being rejected by her during her Swayamvar, showed his lowly nature by instigating Dushasan. A woman who has 5 husbands is not worthy of any respect. Dushasan, remove this slave's clothes at once. Dushasan caught hold of Draupadi's sari. Finding no hope of any human assistance, Panchali now fixed her mind on the Supreme Almighty. She prayed to Lord Shri Krishna, who was 100 miles away in Dwarka. He heard Draupadi's prayers in an instant. The Lord of all creation, ever present by the side of his devotees, and specially so in their hour of distress, rushed to Draupadi's rescue, using his divine power of Yogamaya. Dushasan was pulling away at Draupadi's sari, even as the people assembled there washed with horror. Draupadi stood in a trance, her mind completely fixed on Lord Krishna. And lo, behold, a miracle began to unfold. Dushasan pulled and pulled, but Draupadi's sari was never ending. Garment after garment appeared on Draupadi's body to fully cover her. Bhagwan Shri Krishna, the savior of the pious and the virtuous, had come to the rescue of his devotee Draupadi. Exhausted, Dushasan collapsed upon the heap of saris that now filled the entire hall. Bhim stood up like an elephant, in fury, breathing ferocity. He proclaimed a terrible oath, I shall tear apart the chest of this vile wretch Dushasan with my hands and drink his blood, failing which I shall not reach the abode of my virtuous ancestors. Bhim's terrifying oath sent shivers of horror throughout the Kuru assembly. Duryodhan taunted Draupadi saying, your husbands have forsaken you. Marry one of us, Panchali, and be happy. Saying this, Duryodhan showed her his thighs in the presence of everyone. Seeing this, Bhim roared again, you lowly wretch, I shall smash both your thighs to pieces in battle and slay you. The hall trembled at Bhim's words. Dhritarashtra reacted with some sense of reason. He was afraid for his sons. He condemned Duryodhan and called Draupadi to his side and told her to ask for anything she wished for. Draupadi immediately demanded that Dharmaraj Yudhishthir and her other husbands to be freed from the result of the game of dice. Dhritarashtra agreed at once. Dhritarashtra then told Draupadi, I am pleased with you, dear child. You are the best among my daughters-in-law. Yudhishthir stood up along with his brothers and asked permission to leave. Dhritarashtra tried to pacify him too, saying, Dear Yudhishthir, forget all that has happened. I know you will not bear any bitterness. Forgive Duryodhan, Dushasan, Shakuni and Karna as a father forgives his children. Go back to Indraprastha and rule wisely and well. Yudhishthir bowed to Dhritarashtra and other elders. The Pandavas and Draupadi left that shameful hall and prepared to depart for Indraprastha.